Alter your own clothes and save a bundle. Here's how.
This shirt is a little too long at the bottom. I'll show you a couple of ways to hem it up. The bottom hem on men's shirts curves a great deal. I'll show you how you can follow the curve when you hem up. Another way to hem this shirt would be to square it off on the bottom, and I'll show you how to do that at the end. Let's go ahead. Let's say we want to take 2 inches off the bottom of this hem. With chalk, just go ahead and mark 2 inches off all along the curve. Smooth out the lines. Now add a 1/2 inch. All the way along. Use a ruler if you need to. Cut along that second line you just drew. I like to use pinking shears. Now press that narrow hem down. I flipped the shirt over, wrong side out, pressing down at the white chalk mark. When you get to the curves, this is when you're glad there's a chalk mark. Takes a little doing to follow the curves. Just do the best you can. In some places where there's fullness, just let it kind of wrinkle in. Before sewing, make sure it matches down here at the bottom by buttoning the bottommost button. Then you'll have your answer. If it doesn't quite match, adjust with pressing. Now go back and tuck under that raw edge again to form your narrow hem and press. You could just go ahead and finger press this down as you sew. You could. But I'm going to show you how to get that narrow. Now don't worry about the imperfections of the turning under, because this is the wrong side. This is the right side, and it has a nice curve to it, and the stitching will look really nice. So when you prepared with accurate cutting and a lot of steam pressing, then the sewing goes easily and quickly. You could just pin this into place too, without the pressing. Decide for yourself what's going to be best for you. Get sewing along that curve. check every now and then to see how you're doing. Looks great. Here we're at the fullness of the bottom back. Just kind of scrunch that fullness in. Hold it kind of taut and stitch. Because you're at the last of the fullness, don't take this pin out until the last possible minute at the edge. Otherwise, all of this fold under will pop out and be showing, and you don't want that. You want it to be flush right here. So let's see if we can do it. I have to pull it out now, holding it with my fingernail. Not bad. It will look like it needs pressing after stitching, so go ahead and press. Press. Okay, I figured that if we're going to square off this hem, meaning we don't want to mess around with those curves, that this shirt at the curvy part extends roughly 2.5 inches further than the side seams, and that's what we want to square it off to, is the side seams. So I just kind of guesstimate. Looks like 3 inches, so to be safe, I'm just going to cut off or measure 2.5 inches. Let's see how that works. Okay, I've marked in 2.5 inches and 3 inches. Eyeballer that I am, I'm going to match up this ruler with the bottom of the stitching at the side seam to my 3-inch mark and draw my line. Then I'm going to draw my 1/2-inch line below it to completion. Looks like this is going to be well squared off to me. This is how it ended up at the back. The other side. So we're ready to cut and essentially do what we did for the curved seam, and that is press up twice and stitch. Alright, cut all straight across except for at the side seams. Notice how it's still stitched as originally. Just leave that. I mean, unless you want to undo it, you sure can, and cut it off even with the rest. But I myself am just going to press that under. It'll all be tucked so that when it comes sewing time, it's already there. Okay, well, this is where I'm going to leave you to do as before. Go ahead and press that up once or twice, pin it, sew it straight across, and you'll be good to go. A lot of times men opt to do it this way because they're not going to wear their shirt on the outside of their pants. They don't want all that extra curvy material tucked into their pants, so they just hem it off straight, square it off straight. So there are your two ways of hemming a shirt. Good job.